So I'm Gavin Ford.
Tyrone.
And today we've got a very special guest. I don't even have to say his name because it's written on the wall here.
Right, yeah.
What an intro.
We haven't put that in just for today. This
It's
is always
done earlier.
Just a minute ago.
Yeah.
So yeah, we're here with Lee Murray. Woo!
To be here.
big cheer over there. So Lee, if you haven't guessed from all these drawings, Lee is a graphic designer. He does all of our artwork, from our FooR logo to the SO logos.
Show my hat.
To the hat. Beanie's available now. To the Friends of FooR. Everything.
That was a great campaign, that was.
It was a good. We'll talk about that in a minute. But this isn't Lee Murray's studio anymore, though, is it?
No, it's not.
What is it now?
Crash. So almost this time last year, well, January 28th, we switched from it being a personal brand to an actual brand.
Why was that?
Obviously, for one, that I employed Dave.
Shout out Dave's over there.
Big up,
Shout
Dave.
out Dave. So it just wasn't about me anymore. And we wanted to move into things like clothing and selling products online. No one's going to wear a t-shirt with Lee Murray written on it.
I would.
Piece of
Yeah, I
prize,
know
isn't
you
it?
would, but I want to sell more than one unit. So, yeah, I just done so much research into the benefits of turning it into a brand, and since then it's just gone amazingly well.
Does the name Crash, does it like stand for something, or is it just literally done?
Yeah, it does, because it's obviously Crash. I wanted something not to just kind of a name that just slips in. Like, I wanted a name that would stop you, like a crash does.
Yeah.
So when you're driving, there's a crash. As horrible as it is, I'm not
But
saying
it
our artwork's
stops,
horrible.
yeah.
You can't help but stare.
Yeah.
It's disruptive.
Oh yeah, everyone looks at a car crash when they go past it. Don't they?
Everyone,
Yeah,
you can't help
100%.
it, no matter what's going on. It's disruptive, so it's going to prolong your journey.
Yeah.
So that's how I feel our agency is. It's disruptive.
That makes sense.
It stops things. Do you see what
And
I mean?
it's got two H's, isn't it? Is
Two
there a
H's
reason, or
just for the simple fact that I wanted it to be different, and obviously,
Find it easier,
just the
honestly.
word crash. It's just to make us a little bit more unique.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So yeah, since I actually rebranded, so if anyone's out there that's got a personal brand, it takes a little bit of weight off you as well, off your name, because it's almost like a barber when you go into the barbers and you go, I'll wait for him.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? I didn't want that, so everything that comes out of the studio has been signed off by
But
Crash.
it's the top. Yeah, it's the top. It's the
Do you know
best.
what I
it
mean?
could
Rather
be,
than
yeah.
it's just me, I want Lee to do it. Or
Yeah.
something like, I don't want my name even mentioned anymore.
Yeah,
my
yeah.
name's not even in my email. It's just hello at.
Yeah.
So it's really benefited me. So if anyone's in a similar position, I couldn't recommend it more.
It makes sense though.
It really has. I mean, this has been my best business year out of 13 years of doing this now. This was my best year, and that's, it's been quite a disruptive year. I don't know, some people know that I've moved to Spain, so that in itself has brought its own logistical problems and stuff like that. But amongst all of that, I've had the best year.
Is it better working from Spain, would you say, than in the UK?
It's a tough one to call, really, because I have so many lifestyle benefits.
Your tan looks good.
Well, it's stripped away. I've been here 4 days. So the wind is just taking it off. So obviously, I can't really track like vitamin D intake and stuff like that. Do you know what I mean? But from a personal, social standpoint, yeah.
Yeah.
But obviously, I miss being in this office. That's probably one of the main things I miss about being in England. But yeah, from a
He's saying he misses us. That's what he's saying.
in a roundabout way, yeah. But my man.
So you've been doing this 13 years. So if we could just give a little bit of backstory. So we've known each other for
Probably more than that.
20 years. 2000. 2000.
Around about that year, yeah.
We did that fame. We used to be promoters. Well, I used to work in a record shop. You used to be a promoter.
Yeah.
You used to be the king of R&B in Savannah.
I was the king of R&B.
R&B
Yeah,
promoter.
yeah. Jacquees got nothing on me.
You were the Puff Daddy of Savannah.
I was.
And you did the mixtapes of Aki Aki's over there?
I did, yeah.
Yo.
R&B mixtapes.
Yeah, we done really, really well out of it. Like, you know, I've still got a massive passion for music, and
But we did a Rush. There was a Rush Hour series, wasn't there?
yeah,
And one of them, it was when CD still. So there was tours for it and everything. I used to produce the intro.
you know, obviously we gave out some and stuff, but all in all, we got 5,000 units
Bloody hell.
Imagine
ordered.
that now.
Yeah, that's
Ordered,
ridiculous.
and
That's a chart
you know,
position.
at the end of the day,
That's number one
they've
album.
all gone
Yeah.
somehow.
Yeah.
You know, but you know, a lot of them were sold. Just because, you know, even to this day, I still feel like I have such a passion for music that goes beyond just listening to it. So I always have, you know, that's why me and Gavin get on so well, because we relate so much about music.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So-
Lee used to order the R&B at the record shop I worked at.
Oh,
So he used to
Yeah.
we got him in just to do that.
How did you like promote to sell like the 5,000 that you got? Because obviously it's not like now we got flipping.
No,
Social media
there
and
was
stuff,
no
right?
internet. There was no internet, so it was really guerrilla marketing. Just on, you know, we would go to
High street kind of thing.
Well, at the time, we were doing so many events ourselves, so I would just walk around and just sell people a CD inside the club.
Oh,
so
I see.
yeah, it was
And
just
we'd be on the streets every day doing
Every day,
It was
flyering.
weekly, we're doing
Yeah.
weekly gigs, so you'd have to be just in town flyering and postering
That's
because there was no Facebook statuses.
that's what we done. Like every day, we would walk miles and miles and miles, just doing, you know, just on the street. And I think it's put us in good stead because we've just got this work ethic now. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, don't get me wrong. Obviously, it's great that social media has come along, but I think some people have become a bit reliant on it. You know, I'll put up an event and why isn't it sold out? Where we used to do this blanket, just non-stop, and that's why we become the best at what we've done.
Yeah.
And I always wanted a career in music, and you know, I'd done the radio and stuff like that, and then just, you know, art come along.
Yeah. So
So we've done that part.
why make the change from promoter and?
I think they're synonymous with each other, to be honest. I just think, you know, they're both
So you
linked.
always had like a love to art.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
And I think, you know, that come through music, just looking at people's covers and stuff like that. So I think they're both really, really related. And that's what I think put me in good stead to start my career in design, because I don't think I was massively changing the landscape of my life. It was just moving into a different department of it. So all these people that I met in the nightclub world would then hire me to do artwork.
Yeah,
for them.
so you've already
Do you see
basically
what-
marketed yourself anyway. Because
So I never
you know.
deserted music. I just stopped earning money from it, I guess. Do you know what I mean? In that department, directly.
Would you ever like go back to it, or you say kind of like you've drawn a line?
It would have to be a really... I always said to myself, and I haven't said it out loud, I would be the best A&R in the world.
You do some A&R for us, don't you?
Yeah, I honestly still believe that, and I know that sounds outrageously arrogant, but I honestly feel like,
You got to believe in yourself, otherwise.
just even from, like, you know, things that bug me, like the Usher album, the 8701, the sequencing of the songs, just things like that.
But
that
wasn't that because the album leaked?
Yeah, it was, but still, there were songs that shouldn't have gone next to each other.
Yeah.
Do you see what I mean?
I see,
That were
yeah.
just, you know, two similar songs right next
Oh
to
yeah, the
each
two
other.
Jermaine Free ones.
So if you
Two
listen to
Jermaine
it as a
Dupri ones.
project,
So you listen to it, you know, albums should be a story.
Yeah,
You know, they
yeah,
tell
yeah,
a story all the
100%.
way through, and you know, even down to like artwork and stuff like that, and features, and that's what I always. But you know, I think you would sort of say that A&R.
Yeah, you're ahead of A&R, aren't you? Huh?
But A&R's kind of dead, and
It's just different now, isn't it? I think it's a different role. Like it used to be, you'd have to find the heavy artist and heavy song, and now it's you sit back and you wait for data to present the song. Like,
yeah.
oh, this is being Shazam loads. This has got loads of YouTube
See,
views.
I
it's got loads of
don't
streams.
think I would like to work in
No,
music.
you wouldn't.
I think I would be the one that would just do all these cool projects that just don't sell anything.
Yeah.
You know, rather than this.
That's what it is now. It's not really
No, see,
what
you know,
talent or
yeah. I mean, a lot of my music just, you know, at first the first tick has got to be quality music. Don't get me wrong. There's tunes that I absolutely love. Like, people will kill me for saying this. I love what's the DJ Khaled and Rihanna?
Wild Thoughts.
I like Wild
yeah.
Thoughts more than
The
Maria
original.
Maria.
Okay.
Do you?
To be fair, I do.
I know you'll hate me for saying that.
Bryson Tiller smacks it.
Bryson Tiller, and I think she's brilliant on it, and obviously obviously I hate him on it, but people will kill me for saying that, because that when we were DJing, that song was huge.
I kind of agree. Maybe it's
But
'cause it's more
I
of a
love the
modern-
flip on that.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So
It's controversial. What are you saying on that? You're not listening, are
The
you?
original, mate, for me.
Oh, there you go.
See, everyone
Aki's spoken, mate.
everyone will say that.
Yeah.
You know, everyone will say the original, but I just think that's it's almost like the Blackstreet No Diggity,
Yeah.
where I think it's a flawless song.
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with the song.
Yeah.
Tell me something wrong with it. It has no
Yeah, it's
flaws.
There's nothing.
That's just one of my songs.
What is your actual take on people doing flips of songs then, like now?
Just as long as they change something, just as
Yeah.
long as they give their own perspective on it.
Mm.
If they're just doing it exactly the same,
Like ripping it
just
kind of
to just for people to go, oh, it's the Fong song,
Oh, yeah.
or it's
Like Tory
Ice
Lanez
Ice
has just
Baby.
Because Tory Lanez done a whole project already.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think that's getting. Well, it probably is stateside, but I mean, the credit he should get for that
Should be insane.
is-
Especially how long would it take to clear it? I saw like a
Well, can
a
you
stat,
imagine
there
just
was a
can
stat
you
to try
just
and clear all
imagine?
of
Can you
it.
just imagine the work for just to clear all those samples? So, if people don't know what we're talking about, an artist in the USA done a whole album flipping popular songs to say "Drop It Like It's Hot" by Snoop Dogg. Here, flip that song, and not only flip the song, get Snoop Dogg, the original
song
artist,
as well,
on
yeah.
the song as well. So it's just, I mean,
mental,
it's
isn't it?
it's unprecedented.
And he completely reworked them as well. They were like
Yeah,
real
they were
different flips on the beat.
completely reworked. So I mean, the credit that he should get is just unbelievable.
Mm.
So yeah, I enjoy stuff like that. I think that's incredible.
yeah.
Fair play to him. I think he's incredibly talented.
So you touched on briefly about music and looking into the artwork and stuff. So obviously, you did our Friends of FooR the whole project from the logo to the
Illustrations
illustrations inside and the video reveals and stuff. We talked about the stories. So these are all we got to work with, like Lisa Mafia and Be Live, Majestic, Jaguar
yeah.
Skills, people that were like our heroes, people that we used to like look up to growing up, and then we did it as Friends of FooR, were like a bunch of superheroes. We were going to do it as a film initially, weren't we? We drew them all as it's going to be like a comic book, and they had their own cards.
Yeah.
But it ran
stuff.
away of us a bit there. What and this is where we're easily the best campaign we've ever done.
I think for me it was, the word heroes was the one. So the word when you call someone your hero, they're up there. So you have to put them on this pedestal. So whatever better way than to sort of immortalise them into some sort of comic character,
Yeah.
superhero. That was the thought behind it. So everyone, I'm looking at it up there, like Jaguar Skills and.
There's one there as well. Is that an
Yeah.
account shot, Jack?
I don't think it is, isn't it?
So then, we would create this, like almost like a comic. They each have their own sort of logo that we've done that would be very comic book like.
Unique to them as well.
Yeah, and then they had their own superpower. I think like the guys from Shapes didn't have any eyes and stuff
Yeah.
like that, and Be Live had like fire
Split personality as well.
Yeah, yeah.
fire
yeah.
coming from his arm and stuff like
Endor
that.
had a big like sword.
Samurai.
He had a
samurai
he had a
sword.
samurai
She was called samurai
sword.
sword.
So yeah, that was the thinking behind it. It was kind of no brainer. And I used to read comic books massively when I was young, and still do.
We actually the level. If there's a tune on there, Elevate at the end, which was seen. If you listen to it, will seem a bit out of place, but that was actually the first tune
Intro,
to
yeah.
set the thing, and it's like. He's talking about working a 9 to 5, working Monday to Friday, and I go out and I forget about it. And it was about the actual video was going to be about these people going to a rave, and
Sammy Switch,
the heroes
Yeah.
protect them as they go to the
Yeah, yeah.
people would
They
attack them,
assemble
but
and
the
go
heroes
and-
would assemble and then they'd all come together at this Friends of FooR. But it was
And
just
I think also like what separates you guys is probably the respect that you probably gained from doing something like this.
Yeah, well, I mean, no one else actually done.
So
A project like that.
you send, not only you featuring on our album, here's like here's like your own
reward kind of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? It's just never been done really.
No.
So I just think, obviously you've got a massive fan base, but I think the respect within the industry is where your power lies. It's because you're doing all the right things and probably things that just never been done before.
I think that's what, as FooR, that's what's
all down
unique
to me.
about it. Secret.
So now we're looking at doing our first ever artist album.
Yeah, pressure.
We were just talking about the last album. Now we're going to talk about the new album, and we've never had this conversation. So this is how people at home thinking about how they're going to brand their project or put together an album or a single or thing. This is the initial conversation. This is how it starts, and hopefully we get somewhere. If not, we won't.
Just thinking of like say like a Drake, yeah. It's like his last album was called Scorpion, right? So then obviously like they have these tour jackets with just a scorpion on the back.
Yeah.
And then I don't know whether there is a scorpion emoji, but knowing him, they're probably maybe.
Yeah, he probably made one.
It's just little things like that. So tour visuals and stuff like that. You just have this scorpion, so it all links back into the
whole project.
So if you're just going to call your album, No Way.
Yeah, there's no relation.
It means nothing.
Yeah.
It's just a lazy album title.
Yeah.
But if you call something, I don't know, let's just use that Scorpion one as an example. You have, I mean, that's the only album. What other albums have you had?
So Far, So Gone.
But I mean,
It
that's
doesn't
what I'm
really
saying.
mean
You're
nothing,
struggling
does it?
to
relate something to it.
But Scorpion is the first one.
Yeah.
Because it's one word, it's very relatable, and I remember the tour visuals, I remember the tour jacket, and that wasn't even his best album, but that's the one I remember.
Yeah.
Because of that, and that's what I feel. You have to look beyond just that sitting on a shelf.
Yeah, there was Gigs and Landlord, and he had the block of flats on the front cover, and then when he did the shows, it had
they had him walking. I think in the visuals, there was like him walking in the street.
Oh, the thing where he was massive, where he was
yeah.
That was amazing.
Yeah, it's just all things like that. You've just got to look past the music and look into the almost like the lifestyle element of it. How far
we got a name for our
we want to call it.
one.
We want to call it Forever. Obviously, forever.
Yeah,
and we want to do the marketing. Obviously, we had when we did Friends Before, which we talked about on the other podcast. We had little to no budget. We put it out ourselves. We're putting this one out ourselves, but we got a little bit more money, a little bit more following. So we want to do stuff that we've never done before. No one else has done before. We think the branding's got to have the FooR logo as it is, big on. If we're going to go out and spend all this money, that logo's got to be imprinted into people's minds.
Yeah.
So I don't know if we have.
What would you say straight away if we were saying, look, we want to call the album Forever? Obviously, you know a little bit of the background. You know all the background of FooR. What would instantly come to your mind with a design?
I mean, there's
like
no real icon that represents forever.
Mm.
Do you see what I mean? Like going back to the Scorpion thing, so not sort of saying the Forever's a wrong title because it's not. It's cool. I would just play on your strengths, like a solid logo that you have, and obviously the hand.
Yeah.
Maybe the visuals of where the hand keeps spinning around.
Yeah.
Just play on your strengths. And the story could be behind it that you're not here for sort of like the short term to.
It's like we want the music to last.
Well, you guys could obviously go into the studio tomorrow and make what you believe would be a viral hit.
Mm.
Do you know what I mean? But you obviously stay away from that to prolong your legacy and stay around forever.
Well, yeah, we are.
That's the story. That's the story behind it.
Yeah. We just got the Spotify end of year thing, and it's we doubled
61 million.
Yeah, we doubled 6.1. We were 3 million.
6.1. Sorry, my bad.
Yeah,
I'm thinking of the future.
But we doubled our Spotify, and we only released 2 songs. So it's still people
Sort of legacy,
streaming
the old
things.
stuff.
So that's what made us think of Forever.
The proof is there, kind of thing. Though.
Yeah, our music is lasting.
But if you can survive in the music industry by doing what is true to your core, then you have to do it, because people come and go. Like quality. Cream does rise to the top. I don't care what people say. People can have a viral moment and have a hot minute. They can. Anyone can.
I think
But it's how
seen loads this year. As well.
how you can't sustain that.
Would you keep the same colours that we've used before? We've always gone black and red. Would you stay?
Yeah, especially for what things you've told me off camera of what you're going to do. There's no point in alienating.
No, you've got to keep to the same.
It's like when Man United done that gold and green kit. Everyone's like, "What the hell's going on?"
Yeah.
You as a
all the grey kit.
Yeah.
No, I would. Yeah, I would. Yeah, especially if all the things you told me off camera, what you're doing. Yeah, definitely keep the core colours, 100%.
What else would you advise going in? What would you advise anyone putting together, apart from obviously the Scorpion thing? What else would you advise anyone putting together? Branding, whether it be their artist's branding or the project branding. Is there any rules that you sort of?
Yeah, something. Don't think of now. Think of yourself as an artist that is going to be in it for the long time. So say if you're a rapper now, don't call yourself MC Lit or MC.
Obviously, talking about like words.
Talk. Put yourself as a longevity act and have a story, so everything that you do is quite consistent, so they can link into each other. Especially in now, this day and age, no one has the attention span to keep track of what you're doing, let alone what someone. So why do you think the Drake and the Weeknd stuff is so calculated and stuff? Because they know that they don't just throw things out. It's so, it's built on merch. It's built on all these algorithms and stuff. Do you know what I mean? So, they bring out a song with a saying in it, knowing that people are going to meme it and stuff like that. So, just be consistent with your brand and just don't be too erratic all over the place. Have a theme, have a story. So when someone sort of says, "What do you stand for?" that you can at least give them a couple of paragraphs of what you are and what you stand for. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
that's
100%.
that's what I would say. Like when people say what is Crash, I can honestly have a fairly long talk about
what it represents.
Yeah, I think we can do this. We can do the same with what we're doing with all the labels and with us. Is that we're trying to help people and inspire people, aren't we? And I think this album, we obviously want to inspire people, but I want to create an album like the classic dance albums I listened to when I was a kid, and that inspired me to do this. And I want to inspire people to go on and do whatever they want to do. But that's why we call it Forever, because when I'm thinking about putting together an album, I'm thinking of albums that I listened to in the 90s. Dance albums,
stood the test of time,
and I can listen to them now, and they still sound like wow. I don't know how I still don't know how he made that Prodigy album in the Experience in '93 or whatever it was.
That people are looking for that viral moment, but just remember it is just a moment.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, I think we've.
Hopefully, it is just a moment, and just patience is key. It really is. The older I got, that's the biggest advice I would give to anyone. Just stop rushing around and just take your time to deliver the best quality that you can. And it will work out. It may feel at times where you're like, someone's just had a moment and they're getting all the buzz. But you keep doing what you're doing, and as long as it's quality, obviously you've got to be good.
Yeah, it's good. That is, but I think patience is something.
Then you will win in the long run. 100%.
All right.
Cool.
Anything else, Ty?
I think that's pretty much it, isn't it?
Anything else?
No, that's it.
So if you haven't already, check out the Friends of FooR album on all DSPs and Beatports and all them things there. Thank you, Lee, for giving us your time and your office.
Anytime. I'm just so glad it hasn't turned into a strip club.
Not yet.
Not yet.
I've been Gavin Ford.
Tyrone.
Lee Murray.
See you soon.